Hi guys, Greg Doyle here, Eat, Sleep, Box and Repeat. It's prediction video time for this week and a fight that I'm really looking forward to speaking to you guys about. I'll be honest, on a personal point of view, it's probably the fight I've looked forward to the most this whole year. As a Scotsman, if you're not sure what fight I'm talking about yet, I'm sure quite a lot of my countrymen already know. It's the fight for the British and Commonwealth bantamweight titles between Kash Farooq, who is 13-0 and he's the British champion, and he takes on the Commonwealth champion Lee McGregor, who is 7-0. So guys, I'll give you a quick background into both guys. Probably going to find it one of my easiest videos to cover off each guy's strength and weakness because I know them so well. I've seen both live. But I'll tell you both guys' strengths, where the fight can be won, and at the end of the video, as you know, I'll give you my prediction on how I see the fight going. Wow, what a fight. It's a fight that I've really wanted to see for the last 18 months. A quick bit of insight for everyone watching the video. When I was coming to the end of my amateur career, Lee and Kash were just coming through, and over the past couple of years I always noticed that when it came to international events with Scotland, they were always kept apart in terms of between 52 kilos, 54, 56 kilos. Scotland always kept them apart so that they could take both of them on these trips, because both were that good that you wanted both there. You didn't really want the two of them meeting at that time. I mean, there's no point. At that time you're looking to be teammates, you want to win every medal possible for your country. So I thought that was an interesting point to throw out. That's how highly rated they were even back in the amateurs. But we'll look at both guys' strengths. So we'll start off with Lee McGregor. I think it's really obvious with Lee. He's a big tall boy, puts his punches together really well, and he seems to have a bit of class with what he throws. You know yourself, you've got some intelligent fighters, and if fights get hard, some guys can throw a 4-punch combination and out of nowhere you're just like, wow, fantastic. Every one of those shots landed there, and he seems to have that bit of raw class about him. Didn't have the longest amateur career, Lee McGregor, but he showed enough to know, you know, I want to turn over pro, I want to make my money, I want to win titles, I want to be on TV. And sometimes people frown upon that, but I don't think that's a bad thing. A lot of guys take risks in the amateurs, and yeah, you're building your knowledge and everything, but effectively boxing, it's a sport you really want to get paid in, and unless you're absolutely elite and you're on like the GB team or regularly on the Scotland team all the time, it's not really financially rewarding in the amateurs. So I can see why he wanted to turn over. But looking at Kash Farooq, Kash's strengths are his timing. His timing's phenomenal. He seems to have a look at guys, but it's not a look as in he gives away a round whilst he's looking. He'll throw out your basics, your jab, he'll keep his head movement up, and when he realises what a fighter is all about, that's when he executes his game plan. But he'll need to be careful doing that on Saturday, because if he lets Lee build up a lead or get into a rhythm, same goes for both guys. It's that evenly matched, it could become really tough for either of them. But where I can see the fight being won for both guys, if we start off with Lee, he needs to establish his jab in this fight. Do not go in and mix it up with Kash the way that he went and mixed it up with Scott Allen. I know there was a bit of bad blood in that fight, but that is not the kind of fight. From watching both guys, that is not a fight he wants to get into with Kash, because Kash is clever and he'll land great shots, whether that's to the body or head. As I say, it's his timing, and you don't need to punch hard, you don't need to be the quickest, but if your timing is good and you know where to land the shot, then that makes you a dangerous fighter. So if you're Lee, you want to establish a jab, as the fight goes on. If it's a close fight, you've reserved plenty of energy, push on in the second half of the fight, try and push Kash back, land your combinations, and then it'll come down to that. It'll be down to if you've done enough in the first half of the fight that you've put your opponent off, or you've disheartened them a bit, then you can come on really strong and build up a lead. But moving on to Kash, and Kash's biggest strength is his timing. As I said, his timing is phenomenal. He punches relatively hard. Kash is not a huge puncher, but because his timing is so special, that can increase power in shots blindfold, because if you get hurt at the perfect time, it doesn't matter whether you punch like Mike Tyson or you punch like a relatively unpowerful professional, timing is everything. and Kash is phenomenal at it. He's very, very good at landing his shots, knowing the right punch to throw at the right time, and that's probably Kash's biggest strength in the few times that I've seen him live. I'm absolutely buzzing that I'm going to be live at this fight on Saturday. It's, as I say, it's a fight I've been absolutely calling out for about 18 months. I think everybody has, but I've been really, really looking forward to it. But that leads me over to prediction time, probably my least favourite bit of this video, because both guys are so evenly matched. It is very, very hard to pick a winner in this fight, because I think it's really who's going to get into a rhythm and really establish their game plan. I can see Lee being very, very, very focused on Saturday because he knows that he has to be, and maybe that'll bring out a really good performance from him. But Kash has got so many things on his side as well. Kash is the ultimate professional. He totally lives the life. He gets better with every fight. He seems to punch harder with every fight. So it's a real, real tough one to call. But I've got to have a prediction, and my prediction is I think it's going to go all the way. The only way that I don't see it going the distance is if Lee's struggling at the weight, or if he's established his game plan really early on Kash, whereas he's losing the fight, and maybe he could get pulled out if Lee's too far ahead. But aside from that, I see it going all the way. I think it's going to be an old-fashioned Scottish slugfest, as they call it, but I'm siding with Kash Farooq in this fight. As I say, I think it's going to be very, very close on the cards, but I can see Kash, if he sticks to the game plan that I think he will, I can see Kash winning it on points. I do think it will be tight though. But my prediction for this weekend is for Kash Farooq to beat Lee McGregor in a close points decision. But my name's Gregory Doyle. I write for Eat, Sleep, Box and Repeat. If you want to see more from me, you can check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter. You can also check out our Instagram. Why not check out our website? Thank you.